deeper than an ice pick. On you rappers' necks and it's feeling like some vice grips. Yeah, that's light shit. Send my bro a kite quick. Times of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see. Most of them scared to witness. Go and close your eyes. Plus one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll poly grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences. 23 and 1 out. Praying that that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers. My hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury. I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Going on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart grip, my bow tie. Waiting on the swerve in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart grip, my bow tie. Living in the swerve in my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Sani, my wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home with change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on the face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. So I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Tahoe Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. It can't, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart grip, my bow tie. Waiting on the swerve in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart grip, my bow tie. Living in the swerve in my whole life. My whole life.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
But see, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this boy, your ass need to stop it. Ass you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that. Let bygone be. Boy, your ass need to stop it. Ass you to prop. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I tell you once, won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up for parole because of the COVID. It feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Know that it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass need the prophets. You know, like we all come together. This you know what I'm saying? They say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and all your ass need to stop it. Ass shit. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop it. Ass shit. Wrong with step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent. I got it. Let's go. Let's go. I ain't taking no loss. Ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just pay with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep it slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high. Got your baby pass through the fire. Ain't she the prophets? That baby so below to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
This for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. This for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. Put the white man, 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 put the.
Kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans getting locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died, y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew, you a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum, a gun that would die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth, I had to make it clear. How Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947, your menorah got 9 sticks, it's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world, Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs. Bunch of thieves and culture vultures, ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, this the Feast of Purim. UPK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard, they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi, why he get them babies herpes? I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, this what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ, they the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas, they a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth, niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4, I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now, I'm not one to lose hope. I keep on hoping. I still have faith in the future. But I've had to analyze many things over the last few years, and I would say over the last few months. I've gone through a lot of soul-searching and agonizing moments, and I've come to see that we have many more difficult days ahead, and some of the old optimism was a little superficial, and now it must be tempered with a solid realism. And I think the realistic fact is that we still have a long, long way to go, and that we are involved in a war on Asian soil, which, if not checked and stopped, can poison the very soul of our nation. I'm not going to say that all of our problems will be solved if the war in Vietnam is ended, but I do say that the war makes it infinitely more difficult to deal with these problems. When a nation becomes obsessed with the guns of war,
My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now, I'm not one to lose hope. I keep on hoping.
Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Barak Thumb, Yahweh Shamar Thumb Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. This priest and officer on Mwangaba Tuesday, Brotherhood class, Ashby, Kentucky. Topic of tonight's class is cancel Martin Luther King Day. He sold you out. It's that simple. Martin Luther King sold you the hell out, and we going in early. Never late. You heard what he said.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare.
Turned into a nightmare. You hearing it out of the horse's mouth. He told you, his name ain't even Martin, it's Michael. Salakia. Michael Luther King say, man, look, it's a nightmare. And the proof is a nightmare. Go down Martin Luther King Drive, man. And you will see. Just go to any city, Google Martin Luther King Drive, and you will see that his dream is a nightmare. I'm from the south side of Chicago. You ever heard of O Block? You ever heard of King Von and Chief Keef? Well, they stay on Martin Luther King Drive. O Block is on Martin Luther King Drive. I'm not lying to you. It's on 64th and Martin Luther King Drive. One of the most worstest projects in America, O Block. It's on Martin Luther King Drive. Google it. You think I'm lying? And he telling you his own self.
Where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare.
That's so disgusting.
Now, I'm not one to...
That's so disgusting. And I'm going to end it with that. You feel me? I'm going to end that video. We going to stop that. But I'm just saying, like, the man didn't say it out his own mouth. It turned into a nightmare. Every Martin Luther King's drive in every major city is the damn where all the crack gets sold, all the prostitutes at, all the murders happen. Come on, man. We got to, man, look, cancel Martin Luther King Day. Cancel it. Get rid of it, man. And we're going to go into a couple articles about the dream that he wanted and about the nightmare that he caused. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. This nightmare. So if I could, let's go into that first article, the one about the Georgia football player that got into the car crash.
Comic concerts. People magazine, Georgia football player and team staffer killed in car crash hours after championship celebration.
Right. Now, Georgia, they just won the national championship 2 weeks ago. And this brother is dead. Him and his oppressor's daughter. Now, I played football. That's why stuff like this is real personal to me. And when we won, my freshman year, we won the championship. My 7th grade year, we went to the championship. We did not ride in a car with a white girl after the win. What is he doing with a white girl after he just won the national championship? Why is he not with the team on the bus? Keep going.
Football player Devin Willard and football staff member Chandler LaCroix were killed in a crash early Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
The University of Georgia football player and team staff member were killed.
If I may, also like, I'm gonna just give y'all a little heads up, man. They was fucking. I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all, and that's the Lord. You feel me? Judgment. Now I pray this brother rise again. I pray because of this story that you don't ever deal with a white girl. You don't never deal with a person's daughter. You get you a sister, man. Because judgment can come quick like that, or it could be long, or it could come quick. But there's no reason for them to be in a car together after they just won a championship unless they're in a relationship. Whether nobody knows it or not, I'm just calling it because I'm a priest of the Lord, and that's all I know how to do. But leave white women alone. Get you a sister.
Killed in a car crash early Sunday morning after the team's national championship victory celebration.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive lineman Devin Willard, 20, and staffer Chandler LaCroix, 24, were both killed in the crash, as 2 other members of the football program were injured and are in stable condition per UGA Athletic Association.
Mm-hmm.
Devin and Chandler were 2 special people who meant so much to the University of Georgia. Our football program and our athletic department, a statement from UGA reads, "We ask that everyone keep their families in your prayers during this very difficult time."
Mm-hmm.
As the Athens-Clarke County Police Department notes, per police, 4 people were in the vehicle during the 2:45 a.m. crash.
Mm-hmm. 4 people was in there. They gonna get into who them 4 people was. And if you think I'm playing, because it's not gonna say that they were in a sexual relationship and this and that and that. It's not gonna talk about all that. Because first of all, it would be illegal because she's a staffer and he's a student. But I'm just telling you as a priest of the Lord what was going on.
Outside UGA's campus in Athens, the 2021 Ford Expedition that LaCroix was driving,
now it's the white woman,
hit 2 power poles and trees after it left the road.
Now, what they was probably doing in celebration, drinking, getting drunk. They just won a national championship. You gotta just keep it real. They in the world. They won a national championship. He in a car with a white girl. He going to the NFL in a couple years. What you think he doing? Getting drunk, excited.
And Willard who was from New Jersey and the red shirt sophomore on the team, died at the scene. LaCroix died at the hospital per police.
Okay.
A 21-year-old male passenger and a 26-year-old female passenger both reportedly sustained injuries in the crash.
So what the hell you think was going on? See, this is all we do. You feel me? What Martin Luther King say? I'm a nigga tonight. You gotta look at that. Hey, you gotta research tapes. He told that white girl, I'm a nigga tonight. You feel me? Call me nigga. When he was having sex with all them white women, man. Coretta Scott King somewhere home with the kids. You feel me? She's somewhere home with the kids. He's somewhere out having sex with white women. You feel me? Martin Luther King was a disgusting bastard. And this is the dream that he was talking about. And it turned into a nightmare. His dream got this young brother killed, man. Interracial dating, integrating with these people, got this brother killed. It say it was another male and another woman in the car. It's 2 women, 2 men in the car. How is that even happening unless it's what we used to call a 2 for 2? It's a lock in. I was in the world, but that's what we used to call it, 2 for 2. When it's me and my homie and we got 2 girls with us, we called it a 2 for 2. You feel me? We finna have fun. We finna kick it. And this brother died behind that, man. But behind, and look, all I'm saying is stay away from these devils, man. The oppressor's daughters was not made for you, man. They wasn't made for you to deal with. And this brother's career is over. His family is sick. They heartbroken. You feel me? He was supposed to be with his team, but him and his homie, they in the car, 2 for 2. You feel me? I wouldn't be surprised if the brother that was with him was black and that the other woman was a white woman. You feel me? I wouldn't be surprised. But it say it was a male and a female in the car with them that also was injured but didn't die. You feel me? And that's what happens. You feel me? You want to deal with these oppressors' daughter. You want to believe in Martin Luther King dream. The stuff you're going to suffer. You feel me? And that's just one article. We got a couple more. So yeah, you can drop that and let's go to the suicide one.
Death of ex-NFL receiver Charles Johnson ruled a suicide by medical examiner.
Now, what you don't even know is he been dead, and they just found out that it was a suicide. He been dead though. They thought it was just an overdose on pills.
Former NFL and Colorado star wide receiver Charles E. Johnson died by suicide last July after apparently overdosing on drugs, according to a report released Monday by the state medical examiner's office in North Carolina.
Former NFL star. Martin Luther King told us to join the society. You feel me? What do you think Jackie Robinson was about? Jackie Robinson wanted to join. You feel me? That was before Martin Luther King, but I'm just saying he wanted to join. That's just the spirit of black people. Wanting to join instead of separate. You feel me? We want to join, play in their arenas, play in their sports. They making money off us while we gotta suffer from it. Somebody's getting rich. You feel me? What OG Bobby Johnson in South Central, what this girl say? Ray getting rich, and some of that money is ours. You feel me? These white folks getting rich, man, off the backs of black people, man. You know how they was able to do it? Because of Martin Luther King. This brother overdosed. He was an ex-NFL player. He overdosed. You feel me? Because guess what? An NFL career only lasts 3 years, and they cut off your insurance after 5. We talked about that last week on the podcast. You feel me? You out there suffering and ready to die for the Steelers or the Baltimore Ravens just so what? So they can get rich and you have nothing? You go ahead.
Johnson, 50, was found dead at a hotel room about 6.5 miles from his house in Raleigh on July 17th after being reported missing by his wife the day before.
Right. So he left his crib and went to a hotel 6 miles away. And he was gone so long his wife reported him missing.
The The report said he had no reported medical history and no active prescriptions, but was found to have acute oxycodone, hydrocodone, and some other toxicity after his death.
Right. So they didn't even report it as a suicide at first. They just looked at it as just overdose. He took too many of the wrong pills. He died. They didn't think that he was trying to kill himself because he was trying to please the white man playing in his sports arena since he was 10 years old, striving to be an NFL player, striving to please the white man like Martin Luther King told us to do. I have a dream. That dream was a nightmare, man. That got brothers overdosing off drugs to kill themselves. You feel me? I got brothers in a car with a white woman and they drunk and die. You feel me? After you win a championship game. Because that's what Martin Luther, that was his dream. It turned into a nightmare. It turned into suicide and drunk driving. And the Bloods and the Crips. You can't forget the Bloods and the Crips. You can't forget how Compton was a suburb. Ask anybody from California. They'll tell you Compton has houses, big houses, that are now nothing. It doesn't mean anything. Because guess what happened? Black people moved in and the white people left. You go ahead.
In the previous week, he had been acting strange and had recently purchased a funeral and cremation service, said the report obtained by USA Today Sports.
That's the dream, Martin, that you alive and healthy and you setting up your funeral and cremation.
Raleigh police said officers responded to a call for a welfare check at a local Hampton Inn after an occupant had not checked out of the room on July 17th. The report released Monday said Johnson was found unresponsive in the room, lying on the bed.
Right, so he in that dead. They wonder why he ain't check out because he in that dead. Because he wanted to join this society like Martin Luther King told us to do. This is what I want to know. When you did your Black History report, when you was in grammar school, what did you tell when you did it on Martin Luther King? Because that's what I don't understand. I did mine on Joe Louis. I talked about he was a boxer, one of the first black boxers, did this, did that. What the hell did Martin Luther King do? Like, I'm just saying, he got statues, they resurrecting and all type of, what did Martin Luther, he did nothing but made white people rich because he integrated us. You go ahead.
It said he paid for a hotel room on July 15th, returned home, and then left his residence once again, but without several important items. His wallet, cell phone, keys, and vehicle had been left at his residence.
You could drop that. The whole point of that article is that Martin Luther King's dream is a nightmare. Hey, I don't know who this is. He say Martin Luther King. I don't even know who this is. He say Martin Luther King, like he looted. he was looting. That was funny. I don't even know who this is. Eddie Bad Pope. But yeah, though, that shit funny as hell, man. I ain't gonna lie, excuse my language. But yeah, you could drop that. Let's go to the one about the paramedics, because what we just dropping on you real quick is these articles that's relevant and happening right now about how the simple fact that Martin Luther King's dream was a nightmare. Ain't nothing. He ain't never done nothing. He ain't done nothing but made America rich because they needed that black dollar. That's what they needed. You go ahead. Hold on, wait. Matter of fact, let me play the video first. They might flag it, but who?
This is Earl. Haven't been able to get much out of him. Come on, Earl. Let's
Sit up.
my man.
What happened? Stupid. Stop. Sit up. Sit up now. I am not playing with you now.
Since when do paramedics talk to black? When do they do that? Since when do paramedics talk to people like that? Unless they black.
Earl, do you want to go to the hospital, man? We need to get up.
You're gonna have to walk, 'cause we ain't carrying you.
So let's get up on your feet.
So you gotta walk because we ain't carrying. Look at this old bitch. Excuse my language. This old devil. Old racist ass bastard. You feel me? And this was Martin Luther King wanted to have sex with. I'm a nigga tonight. Call me nigga tonight. Man, Martin Luther King was a sexual deviant, man. He just like all the pastors is today, a sexual deviant. And this is the type of woman he was having sex with in them rooms. And now look what she's saying to his brothers. You feel me? I'm not picking you up.
Because I am seriously not in the mood for this stuff.
You can walk. Come on. Let's stand up.
Brother,
all right, Earl. This is getting a little silly, man.
No, like he's not overdosing. He's withdrawing from alcohol. He's trying to stop being an alcoholic. And this is he going through the fire, is which we like to call it ISUPK. That's the fire. You feel me? When you're going through withdrawals from whatever, it could be whores, drug dealing, weed. That's the fire that Christ was talking about, and he's trying to go through it. And these devils don't have no compassion on him. Look how they put him on there, face down. They put him on that face down, knowing he can't breathe. It say the coroner's autopsy report said Moore died of compressional and positional asphyxiation. Positional, the way they positioned him due to being restrained face down. So that's what I'm saying. This is what Martin Luther King joined us to. When back before Martin Luther King, we had black people that took care of us. When no white people coming to our neighborhoods to help us, we had black people. They didn't want to deal with us. But now we got white people coming to our neighborhoods, and he died because of their lack of compassion that they had on him. They treating this the same way you treat a UPS package at your job. The same way you treat an Amazon package, how you just throw it and take the picture and move. That's how they treating him. They just threw him on a gurney, strapped him in, and let's go. We're not dealing with this shit. That's what the white woman said. I'm not dealing with this shit. So you got to get up and walk. We're not carrying you. This brother going through withdrawals. He's trying to quit being an alcoholic, and they had no compassion on him, and he died. And they say Finley and Canagan are facing first-degree murder charges, because that's exactly what that is, because they didn't follow protocol. There go they mug shots. Look like the most average white people. You see them in Walmart every day. Hey, how you doing? You see them all the time. And hey, how you doing, Cameron? How you doing, Caleb? You feel me? You see them all the time. Everywhere you go, and you see that that's a good white person. One whole time they paramedics, and they gonna get called to your house, and they not gonna do the proper protocols to make sure they save your life. And now they gonna get in charge of murder. And I say, Barakataya, how are y'all was shot? I hope they get 100 years, because I know niggas that got more years for less.
Search crews in Nepal have.
Let's go. Now you can just read some of it real quick.
CNN World News: paramedics in Illinois charged with murder after patient dies.
Mm-hmm.
2 paramedics in Illinois are facing murder charges after a patient died of positional asphyxiation shortly after he was taken to a hospital in December, court documents say.
Mm-hmm.
Peggy Finley, 44, and Peter Cadigan, 50.
Not Peggy and Peter. Damn, them ain't the most whitest names. I don't know what.
Responded to a home in Springfield on December 18th after police requested medical assistance for a 911 caller who was suffering hallucinations due to alcohol withdrawal.
Right, so the police called the ambulance. They came first and called the ambulance, and the ambulance didn't even show no respect to their job, to the oath they took in front of the fucking police. that shows you that Martin Luther King entered us into a burning bush. You go ahead.
According to a news release from the Springfield Police Department, body camera footage released by police shows Finley entering the home's rear bedroom as one of the officers briefs her on the patient, Earl L. Moore Jr. Finley is heard yelling at Moore to get up and walk out to the ambulance.
Right. Now we might get flagged for that video because it was on CNN. YouTube might flag it, but I had to play that video for the viewers watching to show that these people are animals.
That's right.
They are goddamn animals, man. They treat us like we are just a piece of paper to sign off on when we human beings, but we God's chosen people. And we chose to sin against him. And we suffering from it. You go ahead.
You're going to have to walk because we ain't carrying you, she said.
Right. We just played that. That's why I wanted to play it. Because we just read it, it would have been like they just talking tough talk. Nah, that's what she said in the video.
I'm seriously not in the mood for this dumb shit.
Right. They wouldn't have believed us. We had to play the video. That's why they'll flag us for doing it. Because they know them videos is proof.
Two of the officers can be seen helping Moore outside into a gurney. Cadigan helps position Moore, and both paramedics strap him onto the stretcher in a prone position.
Mm-hmm.
The Springfield Police Department was later notified that the patient had passed after arriving at the hospital, the police department news release said.
Right. If I may, that's cool. We had dropped that. And let's get into the scriptures. With that last article, we ain't gonna worry about it. Let's go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Concept.
Because this is what I love. This is what I gave up my life for. It's the scriptures. The articles is just to bring it to life. Tune in the Crowd Spell Night every Wednesday, 9 o'clock Central Time. Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central Time. Because then we use videos to bring out. But on this class, Tuesday, we're going to bring out articles to bring it out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Right. Holy means separate. Moses is talking to the children of Israel. He said, you are a holy people, man. You are holy people. You separate. You different than everybody else. And that's just that. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you are different than everybody else.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
A special people. We special. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you're better than everybody at everything. You're better than everybody at everything. I see the videos of them, of the Hispanic brothers when they do the roofing or building the house, and they do it so fast, so quick, and it's over. So-called white man take a year, maybe a year and a half, when he just, man, look, it's like, we special. We better than everybody at everything. Black people, that's why your cooking is the best. That's why you're the best at any sport. Anything when it comes to technology, we can go into the black inventions and you will see, you feel me? The Bible is prophecy. You feel me?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
And we should join with everybody.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
I had a dream that one day, the Bible say we're going to be above everybody on the face of the earth. But it has not happened because we want to join them and not do what God say to do. Martin Luther King is a bastard. You feel me? His sons is going to be servants in the kingdom for what the fuck he did. We're going all the way to verse 9.
Verse 7.
Oh, Salaki, let me get it on the screen. I feel like I'm just talking shit. Salaki. Let me get the scriptures up there. I'm just talking shit. Salaki.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 7. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people.
Right.
For you were the fewest of all people.
You was what?
The fewest of all people.
So the Most High, you feel me, knows that we was the fewest of all people. Moses is telling the children of Israel, God didn't choose you because there's more of y'all. You were the fewest of all people. It said 70 of us walked into Egypt. You got all these kingdoms flourishing. The children of Israel was 70 deep when we walked into into Egypt. We were 70 deep when we walked into Egypt. We was the fewest. It was only 70 of us. You got Egyptians, you got all the African doing their thing, you got the so-called white man doing his thing, you got the Asians doing their thing, you got Japhet doing their thing. You got all these nations that came out of Noah doing their thing, and the chosen people of God is only 70 deep. Only 70 deep, man. Walking into Egypt.
Verse 8. But because the Lord loved you.
Loved us. Them 70 people that walked into Egypt, the Lord loved them.
And because he would keep the oath which he has sworn unto your fathers.
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He told Abraham, your sons is going to rule the planet if they keep my commandments. Isaac, your sons is going to rule the planet if they keep my commandments. Jacob, you the one. Them 12 babies that's going to come out of you going to rule the planet if they keep my commandments. And them 12 babies is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians today. We owe a debt to God. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we owe a debt. We signed a contract. No, our ancestors signed a contract. You feel me? And we got to fulfill it, or we're going to be punished. There's nothing we could do about it. That's the funny thing about it. It's nothing we could do. You can't renege and say, I want a white girl. I want to smoke crack. I want to sell drugs. I want to be a king. It don't matter, because our ancestors signed a debt. You know why? And why that's so heavy? Because reincarnation is real. We come back through our children. You feel me? We come back through our children. So Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, signing that debt, we got to pay for it because they know they're going to come back through their children. And they want to be rulers. You feel me? And let's not do our ancestors dirty by keep sinning. You feel me? You go ahead.
Hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen from the land of Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
Right, man. Look, we was in slavery in Egypt. Egypt means bondage. That's not even what it was called. It was called Mizraim. But the Greeks named it Egypt because it was famous for the slavery that they had of the chosen people of God. And everybody took heed to that. If we want to build a kingdom, they learned from Egypt. That's why Egypt still gets talked about to this day. Because everybody learned from Egypt. If we want to rule the planet, we have to put God's people in slavery. That's the only way it's going to happen. And everybody took hold of that, and everybody going to pay for it too. You go ahead.
Verse 9. Know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth the covenant and mercy.
So he keep his covenant and his mercy. You feel me? We got to do our part and keep our, you feel me, contract that we signed. We signed a contract. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob signed a contract. They passed it down through their children. And that's what we're doing in our ISUPK and the Commander Hunter. We're spreading it out to the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, telling them to come back and serve their God. Martin Luther King destroyed that. He was Satan's tool to keep us away from God. Go ahead.
the covenant, so like he keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him, and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.
To 1,000 generations. Now that's a metaphor. It's not saying that we got to keep the commandments only for 1,000 generations. It's saying that this is going to be forever, man. That's what it's saying. It's saying this is going to be forever. That he's never going to ever do away with the commandments, man. It's never going to happen. And that's what we got to understand. You feel me? We got to understand. That's why we steady going through all this stuff we going through. So yeah, we could drop that. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus. No, it's like we do that one next. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 6 and 17.
Come. The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17. Wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate.
No, wait. It say come out from among them. You feel me? That's what the Bible say. Martin Luther King told you to every black man and black woman join hands with every white man and white woman. That's what he said. The same people that had us in slavery for 400 years. He said, let's turn the other cheek and join hands. And the Bible say, come out from among them.
And be ye separate.
Be ye what?
Be ye separate.
Be ye holy. Be ye separate. Kodash in the Hebrew. That's what the Bible say. Be separate. Don't join the white man. Why the fuck would you want to sit on his toilet seat? He got scabies. Google it. Nah. Salakia. Salakia. I'm just saying, Martin Luther King said we need to sit on his toilets. We need to drink his water. We need to go in his barbershops. We need to join his businesses, spend all our money. Hey, Siri, what is scabies?
Here's what I found.
Read it. Okay, I ain't got Alexa. Alexa is a little better than. Okay, it says scabies is a contagious skin infection by the mite Scapetus scabies. The most common symptoms are severe itchiness and pimple-like rash. Have you ever heard of a black person with it? No, because you won't. Because it's some white people get, like lice. But guess what happens? You will get it if you want to join and be like them. The Bible say, be ye separate. Martin Luther King wanted to join because he wanted to have sex with white women. You go ahead.
And be ye separate, saith the Lord.
Saith the Lord. The Lord said this.
And touch not the unclean thing.
Touch not the unclean thing. The so-called white man is the unclean thing. You know how he's the unclean thing? Because everything he do is unclean. He promotes homosexuality. He puts pork in everything. He got a shrimp, crab, and lobster restaurant on every corner when the God said, keep that shit in the water. He said, keep that shit in the water so it can clean the damn earth. But he put a red lobster on every corner. The so-called white man is the unclean thing. If you think I'm lying, you think I'm racist, well, tell me what he do that's not unclean. We talking about the Bible. We talking about God. What the fuck do the white man do that's unclean? Everything. Everything he do is unclean. He got barbershops on every corner, pushing your line and all the way back. Come on, man. Stop it. It ain't a sin to get your hair cut, but I'm just saying. The stuff he doing at the barbershop is real Egyptian. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead. We're going on to 18.
Come. And touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
And I will receive you. So Martin Luther King is trying to stray you away from God. That's why I say cancel Martin Luther King Day. Because he wants you to join. God said separate. He going against what God say. Go ahead.
Verse 18. And I will be a father unto you.
Do you want your father back or you want to stay homeless? Black people, we've been homeless for a long time now, man. We got kicked out of Israel a long time ago. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we got kicked out of our homeland. Do you want to stay homeless? Or do you want your father back? Like, damn, what do we want at this point? Like, at this point, it's getting out of hand.
And ye shall be my sons and daughters,
Mm-hmm.
saith the Lord Almighty.
Man, that's all we're trying to do now, ISUPK. We're trying to get back to the Most High. That's all we're trying to do. Get our brothers back to the Most High. Get our sisters back to the Most High. For me, yeah, you could drop that and let's go to Ecclesiasticus 9 and 11 in the Apocrypha, which they took out of the Bible because the white man's the devil.
That's right.
Why would you take anything out the Bible, you fucking idiot?
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 9, verse 11. Envy not the glory of a sinner.
Envy not the glory of a sinner. And that's what Martin Luther King did. You hear me? Martin Luther King envied the glory of a sinner. That's what black people do. We envy blacks and Hispanics. The white man has the power to sin and get away with it. And we envy in that. Not knowing that the sin that he's committing will cause death and destruction.
For thou knowest not what shall be his end.
Nope, the pack of cigarettes say cause death.
Mm.
Cause death. The air fryers say it cause cancer. Y'all ain't know that? Oh, so like, yeah, I'm finna get flagged. Y'all ain't know air fryers cause cancer. You better get burnt by that grease like your granny used to. That's what you better do. You better put some grease on the stove and get burnt like your granny used to. Because if you look on the back of the air fryer, it say it causes cancer. You feel me? But you want to partake in his lifestyle, what he do. When we naturally can cook, he can't. So he need air fryers and stuff like that. But air fryer is not a sin. But if you look in the back, you will see it cause cancer. So it might be, but we ain't gonna just, you feel me?
Verse 12. Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in.
Well, Martin Luther King say, I'm a nigga tonight. When he was having sex with all them white women. Call me nigga. I'm your God tonight. You hear me? The white man has pleasure in his woman. We should have pleasure in ours. Man, I don't know what Martin Luther King was on, but black women is a lot of fun. Hispanic women is a lot of fun. I don't know why he needed a white girl to have fun. You feel me? Unless he wanted to be a white man. Mm-hmm. Unless he wanted to partake in the white man's lifestyle, which is all pastors and all these niggas want to do. We just talked about the brother. They died in a car crash with the white woman. Did you see the picture? Did you see the picture of the white girl he died with? You telling me she was just an employee for Georgia University? She looked like a stripper. Man, come on, it's on the camera, so everybody watching seen it. She looked like a fucking stripper. You telling me she just was a sideline person that gave them water bottles? No. What you talking about? I ain't no fucking dummy.
But remember, they shall not go unpunished unto their grave.
It was not. Look at Martin Luther King. He got murdered. Feel me? He got murdered, man. He died. And that was the Lord's judgment for betraying your people. Come on, man.
Verse 13. Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill.
Martin Luther King said, a white man and a black man and a white woman and a black woman join hands. And this is my dream. I had a dream that this and that. I had a dream, nigga. That shit was not a dream, nigga. You lied. You plagiarized everything you ever fucking said, you bastard. And your children's gonna pay for that. Because the Bible say, keep thee far from a man that have a power to kill. Why would you join us to somebody that got the power to kill and get the fuck away with it? You seen George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Eric Garner, Philando Castile? Fucking Sandra Bland, they killed her and then took a picture of her dead body and said, this is how she looked when she came in. Then what made it go viral was the pictures of her protesting and activism and stuff she was doing. They say that ain't, nigga, that's a dead body. People lost their mind. People was going in shock. Like, damn, that's not her. That's a dead body. And they posted her picture up and said she just hung herself later. Well, man, they have the power to kill. He joined us with the people that have the power to kill. You go ahead.
So thou shalt not doubt the fear of death.
Man, don't doubt the fear of death. It's coming. You scared to die? For what? You might as well just get ready. And it'll make you more of a man and more of a woman. You feel me?
And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away that life presently.
Right, and that goes into you like bowing down to the white man or begging him for your life. Man, fuck that, nigga. Do what you gotta do. They pull you over in a car. I got my license, registration, whatever. The police come to your house banging on the door. What y'all want? Matter of fact, I got a story to tell. Speaking of this scripture right here, what it say? Read it one more time.
Come. Verse 13. Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death.
Mm-hmm.
And if thou come unto him, make no fault.
Make no fault.
Lest he take away thy life presently.
Lest he take that away that life presently. Make no fault. This is talking about not being scared of the white man, not being scared of him and his tactics. You getting pulled over in a car, you ready to pull off. You ain't even done nothing. You ain't done nothing wrong. You ready to go on a high-speed chase. Police came to my apartment not too long ago. I'm looking out the window at them, they all around my car. And I'm like, damn, what they doing? I say, damn, I snapped into, black man mode. I said, damn, they finna lock me up. They finna take me to jail. And guess what I thought? I said, wait, I ain't done nothing. Mm-hmm. So guess what I do? Put on all my stuff, get both my phones, ID, and I walk up to him. I say, hey, what's going on? What's going on? They say, oh, nothing. I said, that's my car. They say, oh, yeah, that's fine. It's nothing wrong. I said, what, I got a warrant? What's going on? They say, no, you don't have nothing. Somebody stole a car that looked just like this, and we were just trying to make sure it wasn't the stolen car. Mm. I said, okay, most high in Christ. I'm out of here. Walk back in the crib, sit down and chill. And that's what this scripture talking about. Make no fault lest he take thee away. You feel me? Presently, man. You feel me? Don't be worried about what he can do. You feel me? If you live in a righteous life. Because most people be scared of the police. Scared of, because that's the police, that's the white man's, tactic and what he used. You feel me? The police force. And don't be scared of him, man. And that's exactly how I felt. I'm not scared of y'all. What are y'all doing about my fucking car? And it turned out to be nothing. So, all right, cool. I know y'all do what y'all gotta do. I'm going back in and play God of War. PS5. That's like I shouldn't have never gave him a shout out. But I'm just saying, Officer Sarr might be mad at that because he got Xbox. God of War don't come on Xbox, Officer Sarr. It's a lock. Now you can finish that. That's the last of that.
Come. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares.
Mm-hmm. And that's just traps. Anything that can just get you to go against the Lord. You feel me?
And that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we can drop that. Let's go to 1 John 2 and 15.
Come. The book of 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world.
Love what?
Love not the world.
Let's join. Martin Luther King said, let's join. You feel me? He just wanted white women. That's all I'm saying. Look up the police reports, the FBI tapes. He just wanted to have sex with white girls, man. It's not that serious. You feel me? You just been a slave so long. And the lust for white women is so deep. Because like during slavery, all you had to have was black women. Nappy head black women in them rags. That's all you can have. Now you get to stretch out and put on a suit and tie, and you can get you a blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl. And we just read the article about the football player that died in a car crash. Come on, man. With the white girl, other dude, and other woman. Now you better leave these devils alone. That's all I'm saying. The Bible say, love not the world. This age of society we in.
Neither the things that are in the world.
Right, Instagram models, white women, Arab women, all this stuff, butt shots. Women getting butt shots. Don't love none of that stuff, man.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
The love of God is not in you. If you love any of this stuff, if you sit back and say, man, I love these whores, I love these drugs, the love of the Father is not in you. And that's what Martin Luther King did. He loved these whores.
Verse 16.
We're going all the way to 17.
Come. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh.
That's all that's in the world. It's the love of the flesh. It's not the law. If you ain't keeping the laws, it's the lust of the flesh. Martin Luther King, the stuff he was doing was all because of the lust of the flesh. You thought it's because he loved black people and wanted us to prosper. He didn't want us to prosper. He wanted to have sex with white girls.
And the lust of the eyes.
Lust of the eyes. That's it. Blonde hair, blue eyes. That's all he wanted. And his whole agenda had you thinking he cared about you, when it was really blonde hair and blue eyes is what he cared about.
And the pride of life.
Going in front of all them people speaking, Million Man March, all that shit. That's all he cared about, is the pride of life. He didn't care about your future and your children's future, his children's future. Martin Luther King cared about none of that, man. Go ahead.
Is not of the Father.
It's not of the Father.
But it's of the world.
It's of the world. All that stuff is of the world. All that stuff Martin Luther King cared about was of the world, which is the age of society, which is right now America.
Verse 17. And the world passeth away.
Right. America gonna pass away. Just like Greece and Rome, Egypt, Babylon, Assyria is gonna pass away. So why hold on to that when you can hold on to the truth? Go ahead.
And the lust thereof.
And the lust. Babylon, Egypt, they all had different lusts. America, it's all gonna pass away.
But he that doeth the will of God abideth forever.
That's all that matters, man. You don't understand that one day, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is going to rule the planet forever. That's the thing that people don't get. That they see what's happening now, and in past tense, they see, damn, the white man always was ruling. He had the Greeks, the Romans, he had this, he had that. The Africans had Egypt. All right, that's fine and dandy, but that was the pain and suffering that we had to endure because we broke the commandments. It's a black man named Jesus Christ that you know of, Yahweh Mashiach in the Hebrew. He's black. He's going to come back. When he comes back, black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians will never be at the bottom of society ever again. And that is the kingdom that's going to last forever, that's talked about throughout the Bible. That's the kingdom that's going to last forever. You feel me? It's never going to pass away. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians will rule the planet forever. We're never going to the bottom of society. This teeter-tot stuff we've been going through, it's going to end. It's going to be in history books, talked about. You feel me? And that's why the scriptures say, but he that doeth the will of God abideth forever. Because everybody that served the Most High throughout these generations is going to be rulers in the kingdom. Their children's children is going to be rulers. Martin Luther King's children is going to be at the bottom of society, mopping floors and picking up trash, supervising the white man and Arabs, stuff like that. You feel me? When all of our children are supposed to be rulers, feet never touch the ground, helicopter from building to building. You feel me? And that's what we fighting for in the ISUPK. For our children to live like that. Martin Luther King, all he cared about was right now. That's all he cared about was right now. And that's Esau's trait. That's Esau, the so-called white man. That's his trait. To just care about right now. Because he have no birthright any damn way. So you could drop that. Let's go to Genesis 25:1.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 1. Then again, Abraham took his wife.
Now Abraham, this is our forefather. You feel me? Who the Most High made a covenant with. You feel me? And told Sarah she gonna be a mother of many nations. That was his wife. She was a Hebrew. Abraham was a Hebrew. And he said that she was gonna be mothers of many nations, and Abraham was gonna be a father of many nations. You feel me?
And her name was Keturah. Verse 2.
Right. So he had another wife. You feel me? Sarah was not his only wife.
Verse 2. And she bare him Zimran and Jokshan and Medan and Midian.
Now Midian, they extinct now. That's later on in the Bible where it talks about Midian is extinct. But you got Zeram, Joshkin, Medan, Midian. Go ahead.
And Ishbak and Shua.
So that's 6. You feel me? That's 6 children that that Abraham got. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And Jokshan begat Sheba and Dedan, and the sons of Dedan were Ashuriam and Letushim and Leumim.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 4. And the sons of Midian, Ephah and Epher and Hanak and Ibadah and Eldah. These were the children of Keturah.
Right. Now these are all the children. These are the children and grandchildren that Abraham had. You feel me? So he had 6 other sons plus Isaac. That's 7. And Ishmael, that makes 8. Ishmael is the father of the Arabs. Isaac is the father of Jacob. Jacob is the father of the 12 tribes. The 12 tribes is the fathers of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians today. Now go ahead with verse 25.
Verse 5. And Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac.
He did what?
Gave all that he had unto Isaac.
So Abraham had all these sons. These his blood sons. He see them. He raising them. And everything he gave was unto Isaac. Everything he gave was unto Isaac. So why can't God choose a group of people and just give everything to them? Why not? Why not? Abraham had all these sons. He had 8 sons. And out of them 8 sons, he gave everything to one. Think about your children. You know how hard that is? But because he loved God, he did it. And think about your life. Think about your life, everything you're going through. And it was a man that had 8 sons. And he said, fuck all y'all. God said, this the one. All y'all can go about y'all business. You know how hard that is? He gave it all unto Isaac. You feel me? But you can't think and ponder why we so militant and we so aggressive with the simple fact black people, Hispanics and Native Indians is the only people that get this blessing. But he gave up his real sons. And you can't even give up the white man and his philosophies. Just like Martin Luther King. And he died because of it. And we got a real man that gave up all his sons for one. Because God told him to. But you can't give up all these philosophies and all this stuff. White people ain't bad. Ain't nothing wrong with this. Ain't nothing. Man, look. Come on, man. Stop it. This is our forefather Abraham. He did it. So why we can't do it? You feel me? Because we got the spirit of the white man on us. You feel me? The spirit that he put in us, using Martin Luther King to do it. You feel me? The Most High always choose one group of people that he wants to deal with. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's his game. He created us. There's no reason why he can't do what the fuck he want to do. You could drop that. Let's go back to Ecclesiasticus. Let's go to 3:24.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3, verse 24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinions.
They what?
Deceived by their own vain opinions.
I realized that I led my people into a burning bush. Did not Michael Luther King say that? That's his name. People think his name Martin. It ain't Martin. It just sounds more political to say Martin. So his daddy started saying his name was Martin. His name is Michael on his birth certificate. Michael Luther King. And the Bible say, for many are deceived by their own useless opinion. Martin Luther King was deceived by his useless opinion. Jesse Jackson, bitch ass, was right there with him when he died, and that's what he get. And I don't wish death on no black, Hispanic, Native Indians, but nigga, if it's anyone that deserved it, it was Martin Luther King. And you better step away from his philosophies. You go ahead. We're going all over the, let's say 24.
And an evil suspicion had overthrown their judgment.
Evil what?
An evil suspicion.
I think that we may have led our people in a burning bush, but I still have hope. The Vietnam War, people coming home from the war, man, look, man, I'm telling you, man, the white man is the devil. That's why he propped up Martin Luther King the way he did. Got that goddamn statue of his arms and Coretta Scott King arms holding each other. He was cheating on her. I thought y'all don't believe in cheating. I thought it's a lot here. Give me some with that one. Come on, stop. You gotta keep it real now. I thought y'all don't believe in cheating. I could have sworn Christians said cheating is wrong and it's evil. But Martin Luther King cheated on Coretta Scott King with white prostitutes. And he's still propped up like he's the man. But us, we say, get you another woman and never leave her or the other one. And we wrong for that. They say we in a cult for that. Come on, man. Stop it, man. Go ahead.
So like I said, if I may, anybody was watching Black Watch last night when they brought out the report when Martin Luther King and the other cat was actually chasing two naked white girls to the hotel room.
My nigga, I remember that. Hell no. Look, I'm telling you, it's no different than that white police officer that y'all found out was having sex with the whole police force. These people is in higher up positions, but they whores. They victims of America's philosophies. You hear me? Martin Luther King was a victim of America's philosophy. That white woman was a victim. You can be a hoe. You can do whatever you want to do. You feel me? It's the land of the free, home of the brave. They fought for this. Nigga, y'all didn't even know. That's why, y'all didn't even know when they came up with democracy and voting. That come from the Romans. You feel me? So when you vote in a president, nigga, whatever happens in America, it don't matter because that's what you wanted. The guns getting took away, prostitution, whatever, murder, it don't matter. Whatever happens in America, the United Nations cannot even do nothing about it because you voted for this. This is what you voted for. This president, you voted for him because he had an agenda that you liked, but you didn't think about the other stuff that he came with him. Taking away your guns, abortion. You ain't think about none of that. You voted for this. You voted for Obama. All he ever did was make every gay sex act legal. And now they pushing for pedophilia because of Obama. You voted for him because he was black. Whole time they posted him and pushed him because they was gonna use him to make gay sex legal. And you ain't even know it. Like Rick Ross say, put a pill in your drink, you ain't even know it. Oh, man, stop it. So yeah, let's drop that. Let's go to 1 Samuel's 16 and 7 in the Old Testament.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16, verse 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance,
right, or
on the height of his stature,
right,
because I have refused him.
Right, and Samuel is he's talking to Samuel about Saul. Saul was finna get his kingship denounced, and David was finna become the new king of Israel because Saul disobeyed the Lord. You feel me? But this is a precept and a metaphor for anything that's going on in your life where you don't understand why, just like Martin Luther King didn't understand why. Just like nobody understood why. You feel me? Go ahead.
For the Lord seeth not as man seeth.
Right, the Lord don't see us, man seeth. You feel me? Martin Luther King didn't see how the Lord seeth because he didn't even read the Bible. Jesse Jackson and all them bastards around him didn't read. Al Sharpton them didn't read the Bible because they would, if they did, they would have knew the Lord is a man of war. Exodus 15 and 15, if I ain't mistaken. He's a man of war. He likes to fight. He don't like to give in. And I think I have a dream that everybody should just join hands and give. No, the Lord ain't with that. The Lord is about war. Nigga, you better fight for what the fuck you want. Nigga, nah, I'm just gonna give in to the white man because he said this, and no, that's not what the Lord is about. You feel me? And this scripture is proving that because it say, because I have refused him. I'll go ahead.
Because I have refused him.
I have refused him. He's talking about Saul, but this is a metaphor for your slave master, the white man. He refused him, man. Go ahead.
For the Lord seeth not as man seeth.
He don't see like you see. You see the white man like he's good. He changed. He did this. Nigga, he turned all your sons into homosexuals, into trannies. Look at Dwayne Wade. He turned all your sons into trannies because you didn't see how the Lord see. You feel me? He don't look at it how man see it.
For man looketh on the outward appearance.
Look at the outward appearance. You just see the, yeah. I have a dream. The Lord this and the Lord that. The God did this and God, man, look, God freed me. God is my boyfriend. All this dumb shit people say. You look on the outward appearance, but you don't what? Go ahead.
But the Lord looketh at the heart.
The Lord look at the heart. You feel me? He see what the fuck really going on in your mind. That's the heart. When you say, I know about heart, you're talking about your mind. I know that song about heart. That's talking about your mind. He look on your mind, what you really about, what you really about to do. That's what the Lord look at. He look at what you about to do in 50 years or what you choose to do is going to cause in 50 years. That's what the Lord say. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Then Jesse called Abinadab and made him pass before Samuel. And he said, neither hath the Lord chosen this.
Neither hath what?
Neither hath the Lord chosen this.
The Lord didn't choose this, man. The Lord didn't choose for us to join hand in hand with our oppressor, man. He didn't do that. He wanted us to stay separate. Integration, that was Martin Luther King's nightmare. Every Black, Hispanic, Native Indian would be rich right now if we stay integrated. But of course, this is not our kingdom. This is our punishment. So the Lord allowed it to happen, of course. But just to keep it real, in the alternate universe, what Danny Meyer saying, the parallel universe, and the Danny Myers, oh, you got a large battle rap to know what I'm talking about. But in the parallel universe, Black suspension Native Indians would be billionaires, everyone. And we wouldn't have to play a sport to do it. So yeah, last scripture, let's get 2 Chronicles 15 and 13 in the Old Testament.
Salaki, 2 Chronicles
15 and 13.
15 and 13 Chronicles. The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 15, verse 13. That whosoever would not seek the Lord God of Israel.
Right, and this in the Old Testament, where only Black people, Hispanics and Native Indians, the children of Israel, we the only ones knew God. So this is proof when they talk about whosoever, that's talking about us. Even in the New Testament. Because it said in the Old Testament. The Old Testament, it say whosoever. Put this in your John 3:16 breakdown. Salakia. The Old Testament, it say whosoever. This is talking about us.
Would not seek the Lord God of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Should be put to death.
Shall be what?
Should be put to death.
Shall be put to death. Whosoever. This is talking about the children that came out of Egypt that Moses spoke to. They children's children that wanted to turn away from God. It say, whosoever would not seek the Lord God of Israel shall be put to death. Martin Luther King and all the other fake leaders that we had shall be put to death.
Whether small or great.
Whether small or great. It don't matter.
Whether man or woman.
Whether man or woman. This is gender. You feel me? Whatever they call it. This is not even gender equality or whatever. This nigga, man or woman, you're gonna die. You choose the other side, you're going to die. And it say whosoever, the same way John 3:16. Whosoever loved the Lord. No, that whosoever is talking about Black people. I know it hurt your heart, but it is what it is. And Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah Barak Thumb, Yahweh Shema Thumb Hashem Shah. Hear me? ISUPK Brotherhood class is missed. I played a video to end it out for Martin Luther King.
Now I realize that every now and again, some of you women folk, you get hot, you get bothered, and every now and again you get hot and bothered. Well, what I want you to do when you get that hot and you need a little relief, I want you to call me. Don't ask no questions.
Good to see you today, Gloria.
Good
to see you too, Miss Williams. Tired, hell.
His only son. Didn't he do it? Abraham didn't ask no questions.
Thank you, baby.
That's what God expects from his sheep here at the Greater Ebenezer New Revival Tree of Life Institutional Double Rock on the side of the road to Jericho Missionary Baptist Church, Zion. I say Mount Calvary. Y'all don't tell me.
Preach on, Reverend. Ain't that the truth?
God expects you to do what the Lord wants you to do. Like those of you who realize that the Lord wants you to give generously into his church.
Amen.
Don't ask no questions. Don't ask how come why come the pastor have to have him a nice house? Why come pastor got to have a nice car? Don't ask. I said don't ask. I said don't ask. No questions. Just give the money. Brother Deacon, get the collection plate around on that side. Nigga, get it around on that side. We're gonna now have a beat selection from the choir.